everybody? Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. And I'm here with the boys, Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Todd.
Yo.
Yeah. We got that special blocker horn, and we got that special guest, Jimbo.
We do. We've got another commentator from the NRL League. It's Flawed. Flawed is... Yeah.
Yeah,
Flawed
welcome.
is part... Yeah, welcome. He's partnered with Taddy and T-Case.
Yep.
He's the British
the one in the
is
middle.
awful. He's the one in the middle. He seems to be the lead.
Yep.
He's Mr. Squeaky Bum Time himself. Flawed.
Yeah, it's squeaky bum time. Indeed,
I love
yes.
it. I love it.
Yes. Tied to my hip, yes, we do have T-Case and Tatty, and we make up the dream team for the Saturday heats of NRL. It's a real pleasure to be here, of course, with you guys and getting to know you. And I've listened to you across the weeks and interviewing T-Case and Tatty as well. Absolute legends. So thank you for having me today.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. It's great. Yeah, after watching some of the Saturday races. Now, I love the Friday races. Don't get me wrong, but I always go back and watch the Saturday races because the commentary is fantastic.
It is.
I mean, the chemistry between you three is so good. But it's hard not to have chemistry with Tatty. If you listen to that podcast,
Jimbo and Toddy hit it off.
Dude, immediately immediately we had connections. It's funny because she lives in the American Southeast, and we both have connections to Sacramento, California, which is the capital of California. So it was hilarious. Hilarious. She's awesome. She's fantastic. T-Case is fantastic too. Yep. We're going to have him on again so we can talk about one of his leagues. And then, we've told Taddy if she sees us on, she should hop in. So.
Oh yeah.
So how did you get involved with NRL?
I mean, how long have you got?
We got all day, baby.
We got a long time.
Okay. I guess in my sort of early commentary days, so I was a part of Moose's racing league. I'm sure you've heard of Moose, haven't you?
He's the driver.
One of the driver, of course, yeah. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what it was called now. This is really bad of me. But basically, he organises racing leagues, or certainly in the early days he was. And I was one of the drivers. He did a manufacturers league where you had teams of drivers in each manufacturer. So you had like your one driver in the group 3, one driver in the group 4, and sort of raced in that. And McNulty was one of the drivers. So we, went through that season, a lot of fun. And then Moose invited me to come back to be a commentator. So, absolute loads of fun. It was great racing and stuff. And then, one day, McNulty, he asked me, he said, look, I've got my own racing series, and we called it the NRL. So I was joining on season 3. So we're on season 6 now. So season 3, I joined, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. As you guys would have been aware, that the production is amazing. It really is. I think it's one of the best out there, isn't it? I think.
For sure.
I think so.
It is
top
so
notch,
good,
man. So professional.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
I mean, you forget it's just a regular league.
I don't know how McNulty gets
like on top of it, like so fast.
Yeah, he not only replays, but he always just seems to be in the right place at the right time. Like his prediction level is off the charts.
Drop the secrets, Flawed. Let us know
Yeah,
how they do it.
Well,
what's the magic sauce?
Well, it's quite an interesting dynamic for myself because I'm used to doing commentary where I'm in control of everything. So I'm in control of the cameras and kind of predicting myself. So I guess through myself, TKs and Tassie, we kind of keep an eye on things. But the interesting dynamic is like myself, I'm literally responding from what you guys see. Mm-hmm. So all I've got is the Discord share screen. And so I can see live in the moment what McNulty's showing off. And then you've got TKs and Tatty that are kind of essentially the spare cameras. So something you might have seen in season 6 is we've got that picture-in-picture thing to the side. So they're literally streaming their point of view. And then we've also got the other drivers, and we're also taking their footage and putting it into the stream, which I think is absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got all these different sort of camera views, and then obviously it's my job to really just focus on the timing boards, the track map, and just really say what I see, really. And as a commentator, you've got to give a good story. You've got to you got to notice certain trends in the race, what tyres the drivers will be using, as opposed to whatever strategy we've got in the race. And then we just kind of go from there, really. But definitely, McNulty is the master. He really is on point with pretty much everything. It is amazing. And yeah, really, that's kind of how we do. Really, we feed off of each other, and we come up with different strategies. And obviously, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it as well. Mm-hmm. So we'll do our testing before the race. Obviously, we've got the Discord as well, so we'll get information from the drivers. We may even watch them do a little bit of practice as well and see, what strategies are the quickest. And then, we just kind of, from that information, we kind of use that, and then we're just like, okay, this is kind of how the race is going to get planned out. But of course, it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, I got a quick one. So you were saying how you used to be in control of everything. Did it take a little while to get used to not being in control of everything and getting used to that? Or was it kind of, all right, cool, I don't have to do as much, I can just concentrate on this?
I would say I'm someone that likes to be in control. So it definitely took me a lot longer to get used to that. Also as well, another interesting dynamic is that so normally as a commentary team there is 2 of you, so it's you're the main commentator and then you've got a co-commentator. Obviously in the NRL we've got 3 of us, so it's trying to sort of introduce each commentator in and be kind of seamless at the same time, right? So it's kind of like thinking of like, I'm trying to think of scenarios of how to introduce each commentator and for it to sound professional and we're not tripping over each other.
Yeah, so that's gonna be hard sometimes. But you guys do
like
a great job of that, man. Of giving each other space and everything.
I don't know what you're talking about. We never talk over each other.
We're the kings of it.
I think, look, this is our 3rd season now. So, right. We might have gone through a few teething problems in season 3, but season 4, actually. Tatty came in from season, I think it was season 4. Was it season 5 now? I'm not sure now. Myself and TKs have been there since season 3. In fact, TKs has been there since the very start. So he's one of the OG NRL commentators. So TK's ever the professional, amazing at what he does. Makes it very easy for myself. And, I'd like to think I do the same for him. And Tatty, absolute legend. Tatty has been commentating for, I think it was like 4 years. I'm pretty sure Tatty said.
Yeah.
So very experienced, knows what they're talking about. It's an absolute pleasure to be working with two other very professional people, and then I try to take my experience as well, and yes, just an absolute dream team.
Right? Yeah, because when you guys have good chemistry like you do, it's the best, because you can be really professional, but if you don't have the chemistry, it's not as good. It just doesn't work as good. So yeah, you guys got it down. I love it.
Yeah. You guys nail it for sure. I mean, man, it's so fun to listen. I mean, it's fun to watch, but it's so fun to listen to. Also, it's just a lot of fun.
Adds that extra layer.
It does.
I think what it is as well is that we all know our roles as well. So with myself, I'm kind of like the main host, presenter, play-by-play commentator. So I know my role. I know I've got to focus on exactly what's happening, and I'd like to think I bring that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of excitement. I've always, throughout my time as a commentator, I've always been told that that what I do is I try to give a story on track, and the biggest compliment I can give, actually, is somebody's said to me, is that they don't necessarily have to be watching the broadcast to understand what's going on in the race. And something I've kind of taken inspiration from me growing up, and so I don't know what it's like for you guys in America, but definitely in the sort of like the early days, and this isn't even a racing thing, to be honest. It's obviously I'm from the UK, so our main sport is football, or actually soccer, as you would call it, right?
Well, let's be honest. It's the British that called it soccer first.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's. Do you know what? I didn't know that.
I didn't actually know that.
But, yeah.
Yep, and then decided to change it back to football. So anyway, so you're watching. Soccer's huge in the UK. Huge.
Yes,
across the world.
Is. Yes, well, definitely the world, but yeah, certainly. Well, I'm pretty sure that it was invented in the UK, right? But anyways, just to get onto my point. So, as a kid, watching a game on TV wasn't accessible in the UK, which is absolutely madness. So, if you couldn't afford satellite, if you couldn't afford Sky, then you would watch, like, say, the highlights at sort of the end of the day. But watching live.
Hold on a second. So now, are you talking about like the British Premier League? You couldn't watch. You couldn't watch like professional, high grade, top end football, soccer in the UK.
Yeah. Yes, it's kind of. Yeah, so basically, so before the Premier League was formed in the early 90s, on the normal sort of terrestrial TV, like TV with an aerial on top, right? And you have like your basic like 5 channels or whatever it was, right?
Yep.
So in sort of like the 80s, they used to show live football. As soon as it went to the Premier League and all the money men were involved, it was then shown on Sky, and you needed a satellite dish to air, them TV channels. So the only way you would be able to watch live football on the normal TV would be like maybe a special cup game or something that they may have had like a license to show that game or something. But the actual Premier League would be shown on Sky. And, my parents, they couldn't afford, all the fees that went with it. So the way that I used to vision a football game was actually through the radio, through medium wave, which was, really poor signal and a bit hissy and everything else. But it was told through commentary. So you'd be, whether you're in your car, whether you're in the house or whatever, you would listen to that commentator. And for me, I always used that as inspiration. I was like, just through somebody's words, I can visualize, what a particular player would be doing on the pitch and everything else. So I take that inspiration from, 20, 30 years ago to what I do now.
That's amazing.
And it's like,
well, it's working. I know, telling the story on the radio, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's funny because I listen to a lot of, honestly, I'll put in on my Formula One app and listen to practices in the background.
Right.
Because especially when it's Crofty, he does a very good job of saying what's happening in the race and letting you know what's happening. I've listened to Formula One races and known exactly what was going on. You guys do the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's a race that I could step away from and I know exactly what's happening. It's so good. It really is so good.
I appreciate that. that. And I'd like to think it's a collaborative effort between what we do as a commentator, but we can only be as exciting as what the drivers are doing out on circuit. So I'd like to think between us as commentators, the drivers that are putting on the show for us, they've been absolutely fantastic this season, both in Division B and A. And then on top of that, it's McNulty, isn't it? McNulty with his wild combinations.
Yes.
You normally have leagues out there that just focus on sort of like Group 3s, Group 4s, but no, not with McNulty, not with him.
Oh, he puts together combos you think are like, what is this? And then you watch it and you're like, oh, damn, that was good.
Fantastic.
That was amazing.
It's funny. I was going to say, my next question was, this season compared to the last seasons, what is the skill level that you're seeing now? Like, how good are these guys, basing it off from all the previous seasons that you've worked in the NRL league?
Well, yeah, there's definitely been a big jump in quality. That is for sure. I would definitely say that we've got quite a few drivers in Division B that have been ever present throughout the whole of NRL. But I would say that the biggest indicator is Division A. If you take this season alone, looking at the standings, any one of them 14 drivers has a chance in winning. And this is no disrespect to any of the drivers previously, but literally, I'm looking at the list now, and Weird is the back-to-back NRL champion, all right, and I wouldn't say he won quite easily, but the stats will prove that he won quite easily, But he's lying in second in the table. Bobagido, he won 2 races from Division A, and even the rally race in round 3. He started on pole position. He had a technical issue with his wheel, was it? Or it might have even been his VR headset, which I find amazing in itself that he's able to race that fast on a VR headset. But maybe you guys can elaborate a little bit more. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and he was like several seconds behind in ninth place, and then he managed to get it back to 5th, and give him another lap, he might have even got a podium. So, he's been phenomenal this season. But literally you can go to Jorge, to Alico's, all these types of drivers. Then on the Saturday side, you've got Cyrus Nicky, you've got Wade, you've got Kai, you've got Moose, you've got Hulko. Previous champion as well, so he knows how to win. We saw in the last race on Friday where he was banned from qualifying, and within 4 laps he was leading the race.
Doing hockey things.
He's one of those aliens. He just does Hako things. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Greatest pass so far was Cyrus Nicky in the rally. Oh my gosh! Wow. I mean, I still think about it. I'm like, Jesus Christ! How do you make that pass and make it stick? It was crazy. Yeah, it was so good.
Hey, Flawed, I have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you, Toddy, and Case, do you guys go in the lobby, test cars, the track, just so you have a better understanding of what the drivers are going to be doing that week? Like, do you do a practice race, 3 of you, and as part of your preparation?
As well, because of the time difference, I'm not with T-Case and Tatty, so speaking about myself personally, I'll do a bit of practice before, and I will see kind of like how long the tyres are going to last, what kind of lap times I can put in. I can't, in terms of my driver skill, I probably can't compare myself to a Wid, to a Hulko or someone like that, although I am A+. So I'd still like to think that I'm, half decent, and can get a rough idea of kind of, like how long the tyres are going to last, what kind of strategies work, and what kind of pace that we can put in. So even though, things do change in the race, it's very unpredictable, I still, have a half an idea of how the race is going to go. So
yeah. Okay.
Right. Cool. All right. Yeah. That's a good question, because I was wondering the same thing. I mean, dude, like, do you have an idea of how long the tires are going to last and all that stuff? So that's a great question. Now,
what kind of setup are you working with?
Yeah.
Are you a roller or a wheel?
I'm on the wheel. So I've got a Thrustmaster TGT, which was like the official wheel for GT Sport, the game. So it's a belt-driven wheel, and I've got a what's it called? It's a Ferrari SF1000 rim, which has got like the LCD screen on it and the all the pretty lights, and I think it's the 2020 F1 Ferrari replica. I think it is. Yeah,
replica with nice.
So a lot of buttons that I don't understand on it, to be honest.
Now, do you run a load cell brake pedal or regular brake?
Just regular, to be honest. That is an upgrade I need to do, to be honest.
That's a game changer. VR is also a game changer. Talking about, we had no idea that. I had no idea. I should put it that way. Not we. I had no idea that Babajito was racing in VR. It is.
Yeah, I thought it was just Chief Apollo.
Yeah, so there's a couple. I knew Chief Apollo. Yeah, I didn't know Babajito.
I will say that in rally, it's almost cheating.
They get a huge
because you can look around the corner. You're not just stuck in a single camera, whether it's dash or hood cam or bumper cam. When you're going through a corner sideways, you can look where you're going. You can look at where you want to be. So
yeah, and it's like real life where like you where you look, your hands follow and the car follows. Like having that ability, especially in rally, where you slide it around a corner sideways and you're looking out the window beside you, watching the car go forward sideways, basically, instead of the flat screen, not knowing where you are through the corner. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and you also know if you've got somebody beside you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, because you're going to be looking at them as you're going through the corner. It helps with all that stuff.
It's super exciting.
Speaking of Flawed, what race, bonnet or bumper cam?
So it's classed as bonnet cam, isn't it? The one where you've got the dials in front of you and you've got the rear mirror.
No, that would be bumper cam. Bonnet cam is when you are sitting on the roof, basically.
On the roof. Roof cam.
Where you're looking at your bonnet with no rear view mirror. It's funny because Tijni raced that way for a long time, and then he went to bumper cam and was like, "Oh, I'm way faster here, and I have a rear view mirror."
Yeah, bumper was where it's at.
Do you know, it's a little bit weird, right? So for me, right, the reason why I don't use, the roof cam or whatever you want to call it, right, is because the perception that you get is that for me, it feels like as if I'm understeering, because essentially the camera is further back, so it means that you have to steer before you actually should. Does that make sense? Like,
1 second earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I always feel like I'm understeering off or something. Whilst when it's weird, like I know that you can't physically see the car, but actually the dials is supposed to represent your front lights. So if you can visualize like your car's bonnet and you've got the lights, and the edge of the lights is kind of like the edge of your car, isn't it?
Right.
So you use the side of the big dials, and that is the width of your car essentially. So, and what I feel as well, I feel like the subtle movements of the car, whether it's understeering, oversteering, I feel like you get that sensation quicker in this view than you do on any other view.
Yeah, I swear the physics change in each view on how cars drive. I swear.
Yeah. And I can't
because it's even different in VR. It's different in VR.
Oh, it's different in VR. The VR, I mean, we are pushing everybody for VR because you are sitting in the car.
And congratulations, TK's got it for his birthday.
Oh yeah!
So, hell yeah, TK's
I know he hopped
the VR side.
He was on, right?
Yep. He hopped on the vomit comet the other night. He's like, "Oh man, I don't know this. It really fucks with my stomach."
Yeah, well, do you know what? That is the reason why I've not tried VR myself, because I've never been good with like motion stuff.
Same.
It's like so. I've not actually tried Gran Turismo, but I've tried sort of like your weird games. I think it was like Stranger Things, and I think it was Resident Evil.
Okay.
Like games like that.
Yep. So I did those same things. Yep.
And it's like you're expecting your physical body to be moving, but it's not. So then you just kind of feel motion sickness, and within about half an hour I've got a headache, and I'm like, has anyone got a paper bag or a bucket or something?
Oh yeah, because coming out of that takes forever to come out of that feeling. But I'll tell you real quick, going off of those Resident Evil and those types of games, Gran Turismo is totally different, because I can't do regular VR. Those regular VR games I can't do. I have to go mess with the settings and slow it down so much so I don't feel sick. When you get into Gran Turismo, that first initial hit is going to get you a little bit, but if you start in a slow car, don't do a lot of elevation changes at first to let your brain get used to it, It's literally like driving a car. If you can drive a car, you're most likely going to be able to handle the VR. Guaranteed.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because don't let those other games scare you, because that happened to me. Yeah.
Well, it takes acclimation. It's like you really, especially if you have a woozy stomach. Like I hopped in, did it, had a little bit of wooziness, got over it, but Sean took a little bit to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he does have a weak stomach.
I do.
But
like
sick,
like a fish in water.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, say that again.
Mike took to it like a fish watcher.
Yeah.
Like Nürburgring elevation change. I'm in.
Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I did was I jumped in a Group 3 car into the fucking Nürburgring and fucking went to town.
Yeah. The first thing I did was I hopped in a Group 3 car and hit Spa because I wanted to see that elevation change at Rayon Eau Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to see that, and it was just like my stomach's like, "Whoa!" And then within a few minutes, it was fine. Like it's
Is it the same then for Brands Hatch the first turn? Because obviously you don't really feel that elevation change, and maybe Laguna Seca with the corkscrew as well.
And Majori,
corkscrew,
coming down that hill.
Oh, big Banky.
Banky boy.
Oh, yeah.
I remember doing that in reverse in the Group 2s for the first time during a daily race. And oh my God, I could not do it because I felt so sick. When you hit that downhill, your stomach goes into your mouth. And it took me at least a couple of hours to get over that one. Because I
still get on certain times, certain cars, you hit that little whoop in your stomach going down the hill and up, and it's just like holy crap for a second.
Yeah, you'll still, you still can achieve that for sure. And I one of my friends who's a pilot came over and I was like, yeah, try this out, and I put him on the Nürburgring, and he made it a third of the way through the lap and had to take it off, and like he had to sit there. He was sweating. He was like, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. I'm like, well, just sit down. Here's some water. Take a break. So, I mean, I was like, oh, I'm going to really sort of screw you because it's so difficult.
Right.
But again, it's
word of advice is do a slow car.
Yep.
Power wall track fairly flat and just 15, 20-minute increment, take a 10, 15-minute break, go back and just slowly work your way and then progress. A car with 125 horse, be little hill or elevation, and within a day or two, you'll be fine. Your body will acclimate to it.
And it will transform the game. It'll transform the game for you.
Yeah, try not to look around when you're first in it. Like it's hard when you're really driving, like at some speed. Try not to look around too much at first.
And it's hard to do because the scenery is beautiful.
Yeah, you want to look, but you kind of just want to watch the road. If you're gonna look around, stop.
Yeah, stop.
Just pull over. Look. Take the moment.
Take the scenic route. It's great. Stop at the bridge. Look at the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because that visual motion when you're looking around when you're driving will mix you up a bit.
So I can imagine it's like a fly getting attracted to light, isn't it? You just kind of like sitting there in amazement. Oh, look at all the pretty lights.
It's crazy.
Pretty scenery.
Yeah,
looking around the car. Amazing. You'll be that's what the first little while you'll be looking around
in the
car while you're driving.
Looking at the carbon, all the switches. You want to touch the switches and flip some. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Well, we just had a race at Le Mans, and we were doing practice on Friday, and Jim was telling me with the R18, when it goes dark, the LEDs on the wheel are really bright. Mm-hmm. So I was in it, and I was driving, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like having a giant flashlight in your face.
Blinding.
And I literally took my hand off the wheel to cover the lights in the game.
Yep.
And I'm just laughing at myself, like, how many times is it going to catch me? I was like doing stuff like that.
Yep.
Like Jim driving, and he had glare on the 5-point harness belt buckle. And
so I pulled on my shirt to cover it up. It doesn't work, and believe me, it doesn't work. And your brain adds the sun's heat to your skin.
Oh, it fools you.
Oh yeah, you can actually get like really hot even if it's cool in your room, like when you're driving, because the sun, the temperature, and the light. You get so immersed in it, you actually feel like you're in a nice hot day somewhere.
Well, something I saw on T-Case's stream where he entered, I think it was Daily Race A, and all of a sudden a car just sort of went up like around the outside of him. He was like, whoa.
Exactly. You find yourself using your mirrors all the time, like you would in a real race. You're looking around all the time. Like if you watch any of my streams, my head is always jerking to the left, looking at the mirror, at the mirror, looking down. If it's got a rear view mirror, you're looking up at it, or you're looking down at the screen. You're looking all the time, because I've never been one to use radar, but for me, it's more difficult to use radar
than looking in mirrors.
Than looking in your mirrors. And I always have my times up, because I want to see where I'm at and how much I'm losing in each sector. So I've always got that up instead of looking at other things. You pay attention more. You recognize more. The funny thing is, I recognize more braking points now than I ever have. I'm like, okay, if I pass this point with my right hand A pillar, that's my braking point.
That's exactly true.
Yeah, you figure out lots of different little things that you've never noticed before that you can use as braking points. It's crazy,
because you have like so many more visual markers. For example, in the car, you have the front nose of the car, you can see depending on the car. You have the A pillars, you have the mirrors. So you have these like visual perceptive part. Like, so as you're driving, as I'm going through the corner, I can see on my left peripheral the tree here or this lamppost hits the mirror. That's when I'm hitting my brakes. Kind of thing. Like but you can't see that in flat screen. You know what I mean? So that marker there, like some of the areas, it's just like, you're guessing in certain corners. There are certain corners you're kind of like, there's no real marker unless you have some of the assists turned on. So, but within VR, you have so many more degrees of depth to see that you pick up, like Tim said, so many things you would never know. And it is, and I find like cars are so much easier to control.
They are.
So much easier to control.
Yeah. Because your brain becomes part of the car, and you can feel the car losing it. The better, if you're racing on a better wheelbase, also you can feel that front end chatter, or that those front wheels aren't gripping. It adds everything, I understand it's a video game. I completely understand that. But when you get fully immersed in it, that's your car. You're on you're on that track. Yeah. It's more than just a video game. And that, if you're a true fan of motorsport, that's what you're looking for.
Yep. I've been looking for that since I was a kid.
And it's finally here. I'm sorry. I can't afford to throw $1 million down on a car and go racing.
Oh no, God Lord!
Well, I think 99% of people are definitely in the same boat. But yeah, I mean, to be honest though, like you was talking about, wanting that true feeling of racing. I mean, we've come a long way, haven't we? I mean,
oh yeah.
I'm old enough to remember the 1980s. So back in the day, playing like something like Outrun.
Yep.
So back then that was amazing. In fact,
Yeah.
You're talking about the arcades there, right? But I'm talking about the home computers and consoles and stuff. So my very first computer, and I'm not sure if America had this, but it was called a Sinclair Spectrum Plus 2. And basically what it was a keyboard, and then it had a tape deck that was kind of like built into it. And you used to put the tape in, and you used to have to wait about half an hour for it to load up. And then the graphics that you got on screen were worse than my drawings. And I'm not a very good drawer, so that says everything, two colors on screen and everything else, so going from that to where we are now, it's just mind-boggling, really.
It is. So my dreams have been made, man, from being a kid and doing controllers and arcade and sitting in the seat and just spinning the wheel and dreaming, shit, man, I hope one day it feels as real as it can get, and it's getting there. It is getting there.
Yeah, more and more. Looking at the Sim Racing Expo in Germany, where they had that rig that was VR. There were wires. I mean, I would kill myself trying to get in and out of that. But it's like you've got wires pulling on your head. It's got belts that are tightening up on you. It's doing all of this stuff.
The belts are
so
cool.
Like getting all of those sensations that we don't get. You talk with Jermaine, who's one of our teammates. He's got a race car and he races down in Jamaica. Thank God he got a hold of us. Jermaine is okay.
Jermaine is okay.
Yeah, Jermaine's okay. It's it's funny. It was scary for all of us to have him down there. It's not somebody we've ever met in real life, but all of us are like, Jermaine, are you okay?
And it took days after it hit for him to get through to us. So it was like,
that was the worrying part. Yeah, it was
185 mile an hour.
And I swear the eye went over his house, where he lives. The eye went directly over that.
Yeah, Montego Bay.
Yeah,
Montego Bay. That's where he lives. It's He's a racer, and he's like, the only thing that we're missing is G-force.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's the one thing that we don't get in sim racing is the G-force and the adrenaline that causes.
Yeah, but have you ever been in a motion rig though, like an actual where if you brake, you start you tilt forwards, don't you, and downwards kind of thing, and then when you accelerate, it sort of tilts back, doesn't it, sort of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, is that obviously that's the closest we can come to sort of G-forces, I guess. But
those haptic vests?
The what?
No, RL wear.
Oh yeah, the haptic vest. Yep.
Oh yeah. RL wear the haptic vest. It sucks because
putting pressure on your chest and stuff.
On console, we don't get the ability to do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, you got to run it through your PC.
You got to run it through your PC to be able to get, all of that working. So we miss out, sadly. I don't know that I'm willing to drop. Yeah, I don't know if I'm willing to drop $3,000 on a PC, $10,000 on a motion rig, and however much it costs for haptics and all that stuff. I mean,
not quite.
It's still cheaper. It's still cheaper than having your own race car and going out on race weekends.
Well, I'm wondering if PlayStation 6 will have all the capabilities to add that stuff.
I doubt it.
Oh man,
you're like extreme.
Dude, that's what we need to invent. We need to invent a USB device that you could plug into the PlayStation that can capture the data and do all that, and you don't need a PC.
Yeah,
but it's probably impossible.
But I can tell you from being at the Chicago Sim Show, $1,000 rig versus $100,000 is a huge difference, and the $15,000, which is still super expensive. I still don't think a lot of people can afford it for a hobby. It just doesn't cut it, you know. And the $100,000 one, it's a lot, especially if you like to drive, 10, 15 hours a week. I just think that's something that'll beat you up and just gets old after a while.
Right. Yeah, once you like get used to it and shit. I always figured too, like the pitch on them. Some of them look like they pitch too much forward or too much back and side to side, to where you would almost feel like the car has no suspension, and you're just fucking on a wave going side to side, and you're in fucking shit box. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's like my buddy's old car.
Real quick, Flawed. So are you a daily? You do dailies? Or are you into more lobby with friends and league?
That's a difficult question. So I definitely would say that I'm not as competitive as I used to be. I think I also do streaming as well. So on Twitch, which I know is probably a swear word to everyone on YouTube.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
So what I generally do, and the ability we do have is to have a second and third account. So I've got a second account on for the UK, and then I've got one in America as well. So often what I do on stream is these are the accounts like don't give a shit account, right? So if I have the worst race ever, who cares?
Exactly.
So I normally go on them accounts, but yeah, certainly like with commentary and doing sort of 2 series back to back. I mean, I've been doing NRL and SMA, which is the South African League. 2 days apart it's been difficult. So generally, what I'll try and do if I can't race, then I'll try and put in times in for the week. So obviously Daytona was this week, isn't it? Is it race C? Is it?
Yep, race C.
Yes.
Yes.
Viper.
Daily race. Yep. Fun laugh.
Yeah. It's the Viper Cup, isn't it? This week.
It is.
So I put in a time. Do you know what? I put it in on Tuesday, so I think I hit a 45.5. I think so.
Nice.
That's good.
Nice.
That's respectable.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I think see in the UK, very very competitive. I'd imagine in the sort of top split lobbies with all the aliens racing, I'll probably be like towards the back of the grid, I think. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I would imagine you guys in America would be even more competitive, right?
No,
unfortunately. Try to be.
With the country of 350 million people, you think you would be in to jump at any time, whether it's 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. You would have 16 A+ drivers. It is not the case here, unfortunately.
Depending on the drive, you get some good.
Europe is way more competitive and way better
drivers.
lobbies.
Bigger pool.
Yeah, I was going to say, would you say that it's because there's more drivers in Europe than people in America?
Yeah.
No, I think America has a lot of this. Unfortunately, a lot of them are single player and just aren't as competitive. Where motorsports in Europe is really big. Yeah. Here it's so. Most people here
NASCAR
in the country, if anything, are NASCAR.
Yeah.
Formula One traction, but it's just hard to get 16 good players. Monday between Central Time between 3 p.m. until 7 or 8 at night, you'll get some good drivers, and then maybe Tuesday a little bit, and then by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the rest of the week it's a mixed bag. You're maybe I have 4 or 5 A+, 4 or 5, and the rest stuff. It's kind of sad.
Too in the evening out in America's the evening time. Yeah, there's not many people, and that's the most time I get to drive is in the evening. So when I hop on, it's hit and miss. On the West Coast, you get a little bit lucky just because it's earlier out here. So you got a lot of West Coast drivers on in the evening, but it's hard. You got to be on the day.
Yeah, I think we miss out on the West Coast because of, population density on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Compared to the West Coast. Yep. So we miss a few people. And I don't think, as we were saying before, the passion for GT racing isn't the same in the United States as it is, across Europe. I think, we have IMSA here, but it's nothing like Indy. Like, people go to IndyCar races and it's packed out. People go to NASCAR races. Really, tons of people go to NASCAR. NASCAR is way more popular than any other kind of racing here in the United States. So I think that attracts sim racers to not console but PC, so they can get in iRacing and they can hop in their NASCAR, or you can hop in your sprint car and do dirt racing, or IMCA modifieds and do dirt racing. And I think that's where the larger part of people that want to race online are when it comes to the United States.
Yep, iRacing.
And it's not Gran Turismo's fault, really. I mean, if they wanted to snag more people, they would work on getting IndyCar and NASCAR, and I'm sure that there would be a huge boost, because I know there are a lot of people throughout the United States that have PS5s and would probably buy it.
They used to have the license, didn't they? Wasn't it Gran Turismo 5? I'm pretty sure they had Indianapolis on there. They had NASCARs, didn't they? So you would have thought they would have, built upon that, really, and hopes that they brought more of the American circuits as well. Like, I'd love to see Road America.
Oh my gosh!
Oh yes.
Yeah.
God,
Road America is one of the greatest racetracks in the world, and it's left out. And it's so annoying. COTA would be great.
Indy Infield would be good too.
Indy Infield would be fantastic.
They have the one in California, Sedona.
Oh yeah.
Sonoma Raceway. Yeah, Sears Point. That track is so cool. They had it in Forza. I forget which one. I
think 4.
I had. There's so many layouts, and it is so fast, so flowing. It's up and down. It's a challenging track, but you just don't.
They had it in Gran Turismo 4.
They did. They did. Yeah.
It was called something else, though, wasn't it? It was Infineon Raceway.
Infineon Raceway. Yeah. Well, right. When I was a little kid, it was Sears Point.
Yeah.
And then it became Infinity, and now it's Sonoma Raceway. So, and it's funny because as a kid, my sister I grew up in the Sacramento area. My sister lived in the Bay Area, so when we went to see her, we always passed by there. We passed by there, and it's just like, you knew it when it was a NASCAR weekend, and my dad wasn't paying attention because it would take us 6 hours to get to my sister's house because everybody's backed up, and then you drive by and you just hear NASCARs just thundering around the track. It was amazing. It was really, really good. So there are so many tracks that we're missing. I mean, Donington, I think that would be a great track.
Yeah, that would.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Donington would be a great track. What's the other Italian track? Mugello?
Yeah, Mugello.
Yeah, Mugello. Yeah. That's a fantastic track. I'm
Imola.
Oh my gosh, Imola would be
even
fantastic.
to get Silverstone back. I'd love to get Silverstone.
Silverstone. What the hell? Yeah. Why don't we have that track again?
Yeah.
That is, that's one of the races that
should be a given, man. That should just be automatically in the motherfucker.
That's a racetrack that's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Same.
I was able to go there well, I was able to pass by there when I was in the UK back in 2019, and it's just like I had butterflies in my stomach. We weren't looking at the track; we were just passing by, and I had butterflies. I'm like, it's like this is my racing home. This is where I want to be, right here. You know, it's crazy.
It's such a fast-flowing circuit, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, right, I actually mentioned that because you mentioned COTA. So that's kind of like the American version of Silverstone, in my opinion. Okay. Because you've got kind of like the Maggots and Beckett's.
You got Maggots and Beckett's,
yeah. So you've got that.
Beckett's, Hanger Straight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can see that they kind of took a little bit of inspiration from Silverstone, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I love that WEC's coming to COTA, that they come out here now. It's been amazing. I think that's also helped out here in America, because this last year, I heard the stats that sports car racing has grown so much in just these last couple of years, with F1 getting more popular, WEC's now going to COTA, and even IMSA, I think they had record-breaking attendance at races this year. So
well, they should.
It's growing. Just sucks because the races are so long.
COVID, sim race totally exploded, so people started that never did, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this IMSA and all these cool leagues and stuff like that." So motorsport
became really good.
It's caught on.
Well, and wild. I think people are realizing that it's honestly. Formula One can be boring. Let's be honest.
Sure can.
That comes down to tires. Save the tires, save the tires, save the tires, which means no good racing. But when you watch WEC, or you watch IndyCar, or you watch, IndyCar comes, you come down to IndyCar, their major thing is fuel saving, which makes it makes it a little less exciting. Or you go to IMSA. IMSA has had some of the most entertaining seasons for the last 3 years. And especially you look at the first 3 races and the last 2 races, and IMSA just kicks Formula One's ass when it comes to excitement.
To action. Those guys are door to door.
Dude, it's so exciting when you've got the hypercars, or you've got the GT3 cars, or you have the P2 cars. Like, it's just so good. The racing is so good, and we get bright lights of that in Formula One. Yeah, but there are so many rules now to racing etiquette in Formula One, and I understand why. It's because you're driving around a $10 million car and you don't want to turn it into a scrap heap.
Yeah,
but people aren't allowed. People aren't allowed to race, or stewards do things that are stupid and a completely opposite of what should be happening. It just doesn't make it. It doesn't make it as fun as it should be. That's for sure.
Yeah, you almost feel like it's a little bit corrupt, isn't it?
Well, I'm just going to say Mohammed bin Sulayem. Nobody wants him, and he's figured out every way that he can to stay in as FIA president.
Yeah.
And he hasn't helped the FIA at all.
Yeah, I mean, look, this might shock you, but I don't really watch that much of F1. The last time I properly watched F1 was the season when we had the whole kind of Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, like ending.
Me too.
Massey Gate.
No, Mikey, no. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, talk about throwing the rule book out, because that was one of the most irritating instances, and I think a telling instance of not following the rule book at all, just because you're like, well, we need an entertaining ending. Well, it's not about necessarily an entertaining ending. It's about the correct way to end a race.
Yeah.
You got to follow the rules, and he just threw the rules out the window. Well, if we would have let those cars pass, then there would have been another, and then there would. the race would have been over. Well, those are the rules. If you don't want that, then change the rules and stay. If it's the last 5 laps of a race, then those cars don't move.
Yeah.
But that's not how it was taken, and it was very irritating.
And then interestingly, Mercedes and you could say Hamilton as well have never really recovered from that moment as well, isn't it?
No, I mean, you can sort of understand why they went down the wrong development path for the new generation of cars too. I think Hamilton looked like he had a spark of winning in Mexico this last week, but he sort of got. I'm sorry, if you miss a corner like Max Verstappen did, if you intentionally miss a corner like Leclerc did, you should be penalized. Hamilton was penalized because he gained an advantage. I don't have a problem with that penalty.
Well, they showed too he lost time during that.
Well, he didn't lose that much time because he came out quite a ways ahead when he cut the track. He came out and probably if he would have fallen back closer to them, he probably wouldn't have gotten a penalty. But first off, Verstappen and Leclerc should have been penalized. Leclerc especially, because there was no reason for him to leave the track.
Yeah.
And he didn't give positions back. And of course, Ferrari isn't going to complain because they don't care about the drivers. They just care about where their cars are positioned on track. But there should have been penalties given. Again, Fernando Alonso's like, oh, okay, that's something we can do now.
I love him.
Yeah, we'll just cut the track. And I think Jacques Villeneuve said the same thing on Sky Sports, some with Martin Brundle and somebody else. And he was like, you couldn't do that back when number one, they couldn't do it because their cars would have fallen apart because back when he was racing, those cars were really fragile. But he's like, no, that's cheating. Leaving the track and then coming back on like that is cheating. You can't do that. And it can't be allowed.
Yeah.
Which was weird for Jacques Villeneuve. I hate him.
2026 is going to be a crazy year. I think it's going to be a battle of nutrition, the new cars, and
they're shaping up to have the end of the season this year to have a 3-way battle for the championship.
Yeah,
that's the way it's working out.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're doing it. They're making it work.
So, do you watch any race series? Are you into like British Touring cars or WC or ELMS or anything like that?
Do you know what? I do love the BTCC series, the touring cars for sure, because that is, proper, wheel-to-wheel racing. Mm-hmm. Well, definitely door-to-door, I'd say, because there is contact for sure. I think they make it part of the rules. I think is crazy. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not. I couldn't say that I'm actually a motorsport kind of like anorak. Like I'm not one of these people that follow absolutely everything, and some of it is because of the accessibility of watching races. So like Formula One, to be honest, ever since that season we just spoke about, I've really just watched the highlights now, to be honest, right. Which I know is probably shocking to you guys. But I don't know. I have like a love-hate thing with Formula One because even from, when I grew up in, say, like the 90s and stuff, like you always had that one dominant person, whether it was like Michael Schumacher, all right, maybe on the British side of things, you had like Nigel Mansell, Damon Hill, them sort of people. But it's like, it's almost like you can almost predict who's going to win the race without watching it. I often feel like it's kind of like that pretty much every season, apart from, the Hamilton Verstappen season. So obviously McLaren now are kind of dominating now a little bit. I know there is obviously still rivalry and stuff, but yeah, Formula One, yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't really do it for me as much as it does for a lot of people.
Watch the highlights from Australian supercars.
Ooh,
right,
yeah.
okay, the V8s.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch the highlights.
And even the Miatas and IMSA.
Oh yeah, if you watch the IMSA Miata Cup,
oof,
it is door to door crazy good racing.
Yeah, you'll like that.
You'll like that too. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. If you don't have time to watch full races,
and that's on YouTube too. Yeah. So you can watch
the
all
Miatas and supercars are some of the most.
Flawed, are you a car guy? Like in general, are you sports cars?
You know what? I like cars. I wouldn't say I love cars. You know, obviously, I like the look of certain cars. I mean, just thinking back from what you've, asking me. So I remember falling in love with like Ferrari, for example, and I think, I'm not the only person, but
that must be a Sean.
Yeah, it is because I love Ferrari.
So for me, the very first time, like as a kid, so I remember Beverly Hills Cop. Do you remember the second film where the intro where the light comes on and then the two lights come up from the bonnet and then he starts ripping around Detroit? That was the moment I was like, oh wow, this is what a Ferrari is. The roaring engine and the screeching of the tires and ripping around, and that's when I really got into sort of like Ferraris. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a massive car fanatic, but I am appreciative of them. I would definitely say, from my perspective, I really got into or had an affiliation with racing through sim racing, to be honest. So kind of understanding all these different brands and their strengths and weaknesses. I mean, can Gran Turismo be classed as realistic? Is it true to the manufacturers in terms of like the feeling of the cars and stuff? Or
no,
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I mean, if you compare it to iRacing or LMU.
LMU. Yeah.
I watched a thing with a driver that he's a professional driver, and he's in the ELMS series, I believe, but he also does development for LMU. And he was talking about it, and he's like, the handling is very close. The biggest problem that they have are with tire models and getting tire models correct and how the cars react with hot tires compared to cold tires. And he's been working, actually right now, LMU probably has the best tire model out of everything. But LMU, Assetto Corsa, and iRacing really are much closer to realism than Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. iRacing just put out a new tire model too recently.
Yeah, that new tire model is off still because dude drove iRacing next to LMU, and he was like, the tires
was it Daniel
this way? Morad? It wasn't Daniel Morad. I'd have to go back and see who it was. But it's that's what they were talking about. Is yes, it's very close. It's just little things that they keep working on.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, LMU did manufacturer testing, like the cars and their drivers in the actual game setup, like to bring it more realistic to what it felt like, because they took the drivers that drive the manufacturers to be like, okay, what's the car do? Okay, well, it's not doing this. Change that, kind of, and got the input to make it that close.
Yeah.
So, and then adjusting that tire model, which is already pretty good from what I understand. It's,
Yeah, the tire model
closest to.
Yeah, LMU is very close to being true. Especially when it comes to the tire model, but both iRacing and LMU are the closest to actual cars as far as I know.
Okay, I've tried ACC, so Assetto Corsa Competizione, and but that's obviously just on GT3 cars, isn't it? So
GT3. There's some fours.
There is some
fours, club cars, a couple. I think
Group 2. I think. Yeah, they're GT2 class.
Mainly GT class. Yeah.
But I mean, definitely, if you compare ACC to GT7, there is a night and day difference. I mean, with GT7, you get a lot of understeer going into the corner, and then you get a lot of oversteer on the exits. It's kind of the opposite, I think, with ACC.
Understeer similar.
Yeah. I agree.
So it's and I know with ACC, there's a lot of emphasis on the car setups and stuff as well, isn't there?
Oh, big time. Yeah, you got to spend hours doing that.
You got to spend a long time set. Yeah. It's you got to have an engineering brain for that.
You do.
Yeah. And I'm too old. I like to.
Yeah. You just want to hop in and be able to play. Now, how do you feel the state of play is with Gran Turismo 7 as we're coming up on a new big Spec 3 update? Right now, what would you change about the game?
Everything.
Oh man, nice.
I mean, again, this could be another show on talking about the faults of GT7. I think so. When they first released GT7, I felt like they released an unfinished game. It was very much.
Yep.
This whole sort of topic where. Originally the game was going to be PS5 only, and then because we went through COVID times, they were like, okay, there's going to be a lot of people that are not on PS5, so we need to also make it for GT4. And I think that's where a lot of the initial problems have kind of stemmed from. And then on top of that, I just think I feel like with that game, they're trying to cater for every single audience. So whether it's like your single player enthusiasts to your people that just purely play it for online reasons. And the saying, jack of all trades, but master of none. Yep. You can definitely put GT7 in that field where they're trying to cater for every type of gamer out there, and they just don't accomplish any of them. And I just feel like there's a lot of things. Like for me, now obviously we spoke about the lack of content that has come in the last say couple of years. A lot of cars that we don't want. I think we had one new circuit in the last couple of years, isn't it, with Eiger Northland?
Yep.
So, and for me, like, I don't know if laziness comes into it, but certainly for me, like, one of the key features from GT Sport to GT7 was the dynamic weather, and I was so excited about that because I thought, when playing GT Sport, playing the daily races, it was the same, samey races, static time, static weather, or there wasn't really weather. It was just sunny, dry and stuff, right? So when they were like, okay, we're having dynamic weather now, and they showed off all the features, I was like, oh, wow, this is a game changer. But then obviously as we got closer to release, like then we learned, okay, it's only going to be for like 50%, 60% of the circuits. Now I was kind of okay with that because I was like, okay, like every modern game out there, over time they'll update it and then all the circuits will have dynamic weather. But that hasn't been the case at all, is it? Every circuit they've added hasn't had that feature. I think, in fact, there's only one, and that's a variant to the Nürburgring, isn't it? The endurance layout is the only one that I can think of where they've got dynamic weather. For me personally, I feel like that feature alone would be a game changer. You know, every race, whether it's a daily race, whatever it is, you go in there and you don't know what the weather's going to be like. So, you know, potentially every race being different. You know, you could have a race that starts off in the day and goes into night, or you could start off in the night and go into the day, and then on top of that, that unpredictability of not knowing whether or not it's going to rain or not as well. Now I know they do occasionally do that with certain daily races, but it's not used anywhere near enough. But yeah, definitely the fact that, you know, I'm from the UK. And more often than not, it rains, right? And having a circuit like Brands Hatch where there is no rain, according to PD, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys probably agree as well. In America, you know, especially like I'm pretty sure I've seen you know, events like Daytona where it's been a complete washout.
Oh yeah,
and you know, and you know, according to PD, that, you know, it never rains there. So, and yeah, they just never updated that at all. Never updated it, which I find crazy. And then a lot of people say about the reason why we haven't had more circuits is because of like licensing, you know, fees and stuff, not being able to afford it or whatever. But there's no excuse in my book because, you know, Gran Turismo do make some of the best fantasy circuits, and so many circuits that I've you know, gone back to on, say, like Gran Turismo 4, which is like one of my favorite Gran Turismo games. Yeah, it's fantastic. I've actually got Spec 2 on my PC, so nice. they make a few changes on there where you know, to make the better make the overall experience better. But you go back to it and they have all like the city circuits and the original circuits, and you think, why is that not in Gran Turismo 7? You know, there's no excuse for them not to at least develop either like a HD remake of the original circuits, or if they wanted to go down the route of just changing it up a little bit, like surely you know, they're able to develop more circuits, right? So you've got all that side of things, and then on top of that, you know, the grid sizes are an issue, right?
Yep.
You know, I mean, we should be having
24 to 30 cars.
Yeah, GT Sport had 24 originally.
Yeah.
Then it went down to 20, and that was kind of the standard. And you was kind of a bit bummed out by that, but you're like, okay, all right, 20 is, you know, okay, it's decent. And then, you know, they never gave us the reason why they dropped it down to 16. You know,
4.
It's PlayStation 4, but they never said it, did they?
No, but it's what it is.
You know, so yeah, that's poor. That's poor from them. Yeah. In my opinion.
There should be bigger lobbies, and the rolling starts should be right. Everybody should be right on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Having it spread out so far is not, you know, when you start a race at like Spa and they start you on the regular circuit, and by the time you hit the start finish line, you're 7 to 10 seconds behind the guy that's starting in first, because they won't collapse the cars in, so you're racing closer to each other to start. And I know part of the reason they're doing that is because, well, we're going to end up with a lot of crashes at turn 1 if we start cars too close to each other.
God, it's even worse.
Yeah,
because people are
people are flying. You know, you coming out of, you're the guy starting in 10th, and let's say you're the guy that starts just coming out of the last turn onto the straightaway. You get a better run than the guys that are in front of you because you have more time to get up to speed, and you're coming in there at a higher rate of speed. You know, it's and let's be honest, the penalty model is broken. How they take away your safety points is broken.
Oh my God.
The fact that, you know, one of the big things we talk about is there needs to be full damage.
Heavy damage Like,
and there needs to be, if you're racing in a, let's say, a Gran Turismo World Series race, there needs to be heavy damage in those races.
Yes.
There needs to be. If you are racing, honestly, if you're racing in those races, they need to make a damage model that your car can be completely destroyed and you don't get to finish that race. That should be happening more and more. Mm-hmm. There's no reason that I bump into the guy in front of me, everything gets repaired and I can keep racing. No, you would get rid of a ton of the dirty racers that just smash into people. If their car, you smash into somebody and your car tire flies off and you can't finish the race, or your engine is damaged fully. Yeah. That should be happening. That would get rid of dirty racing. Maybe not completely, but it would help solve it. I mean, I remember in Gran Turismo when they took the penalty system away completely. Yep. And those dirty racers would get payback, and they straighten themselves up really quickly because they realize, if I run into this guy, he can completely take me out of the race because there's no penalties, so people raced cleaner. When we had the heavy damage in the World Series, it was a bitch, but guess what? Those dirty racers that were willing to just punch you through the corner and keep going, they stopped doing it because guess what? Their cars got ruined and they had to go in and they had to pit. So they got no advantage. You've got to make repercussions to people that are willing to break the rules or use the rules. They figure out what the penalty system is so that you get a penalty and they don't when they run into you. Yep. That needs to happen.
Well, interestingly, so on GT Sport, I remember, and so the penalty system's never been perfect, but there was a time, right, where the slightest bit of contact and both drivers picked up a penalty. So it was like, I know it's slightly not fair for, like the victim, but it actually, there was a time when that used to happen and it made driving cleaner.
Well, that's the way it was in ACC. That's the way it is in iRacing. I'm sure that's the way it is in LMU, where if two cars touch, two cars get penalties. If you go off the track, if you miss the corner, you get a penalty. Not well, at random corners, we'll give you a penalty. At other corners, you'll be just fine. No, every time you go off track, you get a negative point. Yeah. That's what should be happening. That would clean up dirty racing. It's like I was watching a guy in the UK racing this last week, and he goes through the race. He gets himself in first place. He set himself up poorly on the last lap because he got in front of people. So the guys that were in second and third start making the run on him. The guy who was in third got a huge run and went off to the right and ended up passing him across the line. The guy that was in second went across the infield and won the race.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Is it Sammy Snake or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was.
I don't know. I'd have to go in and look at it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the guy shot across.
The guy shoots across to win the race. It's like, what? Why?
What the hell?
Number one, you can't get. They have a difficult time getting track. They have a very difficult time doing the actual track penalties correctly because there are some areas where you get a penalty, you have no idea why.
Yeah,
you're taking a normal racing line, and they're like, "No, that's a penalty. That's a penalty right there." And you're like, what are you doing? And then there are other places where you can completely miss a corner and not get a penalty at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we bitch about this game so much because it's the game we love to play. It's the only game that you can get. You spend a couple of hours, you get in online racing, and you can be racing so quickly the way, the way everybody wants to, who wants to online race, as opposed to doing iRacing or iRacing you can get online immediately, but you look at like ACC, you've got to do a bunch of stuff before you can get into lobbies. You've got to spend a lot of time.
You got to learn to drive.
You got to learn to drive to be able to get into lobbies. which is a great thing. But this game is the game that is open to everybody to be able to get in and race at whatever level you're at. You know, whether you're an E racer or an S racer, you can hop in and race at the levels you want to. Yeah, you're going to have, you know, idiots in every race, but that happens in every game.
Yeah.
At every level.
Yeah.
But
do you know what? I just to talk about like the more realistic racers out there, or the ones that have proper damage. Actually, like on ACC, you know, I always thought, oh, okay, we've got proper damage. People are going to be more careful. Actually, the public lobbies are probably even worse. Actually. So yeah, you know, I've had many occasion where literally, you know, like the saying, you know, you can't win it in turn one, but you can certainly lose it. Well, I've had so many times where we were just crashed into the back of me, to the side of me, and I've just got, you know, broken windscreen and, you know, just undrivable mess of a car. So it's quite dirty actually on ACC and other games. But I would say as well, with the damage on GT7, it is, and pardon the pun, it's a little bit flawed, because you might have seen where, you know, the car behind, he hits the car in front. The car in front's got rear bumper damage, but there's no damage to the car that hits it. You know.
It happened to me last night.
Yeah. So you've got that side of things, and then on top of that, I think the physics as well. With the, you know, obviously it's like very pinball-y. You know, like the slightest touch, and all of a sudden that
happened to me last night.
Yeah.
Every night.
Yeah. So the cars need to have a lot more weight behind it, so that things like that doesn't happen. And yeah, certainly it needs proper real damage, not, you know, simulated damage, which I don't think they do a good job on. You know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree that when they had to mix it up with the PS4 and combined it, that's what screwed this game majorly. Cutting out a lot of those cool features and stuff. So hopefully for PS6 and GT8, it's not GT6 or PlayStation 6 and PlayStation 5. It's just 6.
It's
exclusive.
Just 6. Yeah.
So
I've heard multiple rumors that it will be exclusive.
Good.
It should be.
I got high hopes for Spec 3. I hope a lot of these dumb little things that we talk about get fixed. I have hopes, but we'll see. We will see.
Do you also think as well that because they said about the multiplayer fixes? So do you think like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but even the connection has been really bad as well, isn't it?
It's been really bad. I think they're going to be switching. I think they're switching servers, getting new ones. I hope, because it's gone downhill, especially this the last month.
That's for sure. Well, we need to wrap this up. Flawed, give us your socials.
So it's Flawed Genius Gaming on Twitch. I do have a YouTube channel, but at the moment I just fully focus on Twitch. So. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. I will look you up and add you.
Let's go over the rank where everybody.
Yep. So let's see. Well, the top 14 from both categories go through, correct?
Yes. So basically it's the combination of Friday and Saturday. Top 14 on points go through to the final. For both B and A. Yeah.
So we got Babajito, Wid, Jorge Sr., The Crawler, Alicos, Negative Waves, Naranjo, Rusty Maggots, Cyrus Nicky, Wade, The Kai, Moose, Hako, and Talon are the top 14 in the A division.
Yep.
And then we'll head down to the B division. We've got Nuke, Sheldonus, great guy, Caper, Mr. Racing, Corridor, Fishtail, Palace, Pangolin.
I like Pangolin. Yeah.
Pangolin. Cruel Lob.
Cruel Lob, yeah.
Stumpy, Sugar Shuffles, Hondo, Digital Relay, Arrow. Oh, what is that?
I think that's Matt. I think it's Matt.
Matt SKR. Those are going to be, that's the B division. And it's
I think Santa Miguel will be in because Sheldon won't be able to make it.
Oh, yeah. Oh. That's right.
Oh, so Santa is going to be in instead of Sheldon. So those are your top.
And just looking at, sorry, unfortunately, Racer DM misses out by 1 point.
Oh.
What a close finish that was.
So close. Rankings. Yeah. Right. I mean, if you look at the points rankings, especially in the A division, it's so close. That's over at McNaughty GG, or McNaughty.gg, and you can see all the standings and everything else. It should be interesting, and it's November 15th when it starts. Is that correct? The finals?
It's Saturday, November the 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's a little bit early for you guys, isn't it?
12 Central. No. For them.
No, that's not too bad. That's 10 here. That's fine. That should. And if we don't see it, we'll watch the replay and we'll be ready to talk about it the next day anyway. So,
question I have quickly about the finals: when will the announcement of car or track, or are they keeping it secret to the end?
No, it's already announced. So at the end of round 3 on Saturday, at the end of the broadcast, we, myself, Tati, and TKs, we announced the combinations for both Division A and B. Yeah,
it's just on the website. It's to be announced for all that still.
Oh, okay. Well, I can give you the combinations. Just bear with me. I can grab it now. So for Division A, it's going to be the Corvette CXR VGT Concepts at Daytona Road Course. It's going to be 50 laps.
50 or 15?
50. So it's a 1 hour race.
5-0. Nice.
Wow. Nicely done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, so there's no qualifying for these races.
Right.
It's based on your championship grid.
Even cooler.
Yeah. It's based on your championship order. That'll set the grid. For that race, so you're using the racing softs, mediums, and hards. All tires are mandatory for that one. So,
wow. What kind of tire mod, like damage mod, like not damage, like wear? Is it like a 1-in-1 or 2-in-2, like fuel and tires?
So the tire wear is ×2, the fuel is ×2. It's a heavy damage.
Right.
So BOP settings.
Slow refill?
The refuel rate is 6 liters a second.
Okay. Slower than normal, but not as slow as it was at Le Mans. I think you guys had it at 3 or something like that. So.
Yeah, and also time of day starting in the evening ×20 on the time. So I'd imagine it will go from night to day.
Night to day, excellent.
Yeah. And then the final for Division B is the GTR Nismo GT500 2016 car. That's the Group 2 car at Monza. And that is a 1 hour race. It doesn't set the laps. It's just a 1 hour race.
Fun race.
Yeah, fun race with all racing tyres to be used and mandatory. And the tyre wear is ×3. The fuel consumption rate is ×2. Heavy damage. And the refueling speed is 10 litres a second. So,
okay.
Yeah. Some good sounding races, that's for sure. That's a great finale.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. And as we usually say, you're welcome to come back on anytime. It was fantastic.
Jim, let's go over nations. Our nations.
Quick rundown nations.
Yeah,
man, you guys are pushing me right now. I got shit to do. Like I literally not just shit to do. I have appointments to make.
The kids need to go to the pool.
You can skip me because I did terrible. I did terrible. Skip me.
Other stuff. Let's see. go through this as quickly as possible. Yeah. Stutzman placed 20th overall in the region.
Ooh, a new teammate.
Our
newest teammate placed 20th overall.
Right on.
Going down. I'm trying to find. I placed 34th in the region.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Todd's second account placed 41st. Going through.
On my main, I finished 17th.
Oh, man. That's right, because you changed your... Sorry, I was looking for your name. You changed your name. Yep, 17th.
12th.
Let's see. Mike ended up 69th.
Nice.
Where'd you
That's
end
the perfect
up?
number.
Me?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I'm way my final race with my SR being
coming
so
into
down.
that one. I was like, yes.
Oh,
dude, I only had 150 points.
Yeah, I ended up 24th domestically. I think I ended up really, really, really well.
Yeah, you
so
did.
I think and
shitty.
Todd kicking ass, Stutzman kicking ass. Both not a surprise, fast drivers.
Yep.
So not a surprise at all. Even with the hiccups we had, and if I would have placed higher if I wouldn't have missed the round 4. But
you get 2 throwaway races, so
yeah, I didn't put much time in practice. So.
It is what it is. Had a bunch of.
This is my best little season. I'm happy with it. 16th in Canada.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Good job.
Yeah. This is my best season in a long time.
I beat Waves.
That's hilarious. Yep. What is that, Todd?
So on that bombshell.
Woo!
Good night, everybody.
Baby, we're out of here. Thanks for listening.
See you.
Next Monday's.
Thanks again, Flawed.
Yeah, Flawed, that was great. We appreciate it. Next Monday's episode most likely is going to be an old episode because I will be in LA for the GTWS live event.
With McNaughty.
Yep, I'll be down there.
And maybe Stutzman.
Yeah, probably Stutzman. Yeah. I got a surprise down there, so stay tuned for videos and stuff on that. And
I'm excited.
Yeah, should be fun. So we'll be talking about that the week after next week. We'll be talking about the GTWS live event. So apologies, guys, for next week.
Everybody.
But yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, everybody.
Right, have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thanks,
Have a good week.
Hell yeah.
Bye-bye.
Peace.